love. I have read everything they've said. She was the love of Kenny's life. And we have allowed these officers to attempt to disgrace him.
Let's bring in now Joseph Haynes Davis. He's a lawyer and joins us live from Orlando, Florida. Mr. Davis, it's a pleasure having you on the show. Firstly, just bring us up to speed with anything that's happening in the courts regarding the people responsible for Breonna's killing.
Well, as we know, the officer has been charged the way that he has been charged. I can also say to you, based upon my research and my following of the story, that the judge handling the matter has been very, shall I say, forthright, and she has taken control of this matter to make sure that all of the necessary procedural benchmarks and any pretrial evidence and hearings of that matter and of that nature have been held appropriately and so forth. Based upon what I have been reading and keeping up with this matter, she has done an outstanding job.
Hopefully we will see justice in this case. You know, Mr. Davis, many people say there's a positive in all the attention cases like Breonna's and George Floyd's is getting, that a conversation about race and racism has begun. But what's also being revealed sometimes in brutal clarity is that racism thrives in the shadows and in private conversations. How are groups like the Black Lives Matter movement tackling a disparaging sentiment about people of color that just won't die?
Well, this is a high-profile case. It's a high-profile case on an international level. Indeed, that's why, respectfully, you all have me as an analyst on legal matters, political matters, and social matters, especially having to do with matters like this. I can say to you that one of the most important elements in any case like this is the voir dire, that is, the choosing of the jury. I can also say to you objectively that it is always a challenge because no matter who the attorney is or the attorneys are, there's never a precise set of jurors that are chosen. Lawyers do the best they can to vet out anyone who might have any bigotry or any bias. And sometimes lawyers might ask the question in voir dire, if you have a bias, would you be able to set it aside when you see the evidence come in during the trial? And I think that, respectfully, that is at the center of cases like these, along with the transparency of the court procedure. We've reported here on TRT with me that in Minnesota with the Chauvin trial, they are broadcasting that trial. I'm not so certain if they're going to broadcast matters like that in Kentucky and Louisville in this matter, but I believe given the gravity of everything that happened last summer after these two deaths, it's probably in the best interest of all the world and the community to be as transparent as possible with these processes.
As you mentioned, all international eyes are on this case, just to see what the U.S. does in this case. Can you just describe for us briefly the state of race relations in the U.S.?
Well, and thank you for that question. And I appreciate you, asking me that question. I can say as your analyst, to be objective, I don't like to, on the one hand, speak like I speak for a whole race of people. On the other hand, being an objective contributor to TRT broadcasting and to give you the substance that you're asking for, I believe that on the one hand, racial problems are getting better. On the other hand, people can make the argument, and there is evidence that it's still very tense. We just have to live and see this matter day to day. Temperatures are getting warmer. These trials are moving forward. And you never know what happens with a jury trial. And I can tell you, because I've been living in this country and been an American for almost 62 years, it seems like when matters break bad, if you will, it happens in the warm weather and in the summer. So you never know. But on the other hand, again, to be an optimist, I think they are getting better, but one could successfully argue that they are still somewhat tense.
All right, Joseph Haynes Davis in Orlando, Florida. We appreciate your words and objectivity. Thank you for that.
Thank you, sir.